Well, elderly, I think, is really a word that should be applied to people more like 80, 85 and above. Otherwise, I prefer older persons because most older people actually remain vigorous and healthy until they begin to reach their 80s. People are afraid of death very much, but also the accompaniments of aging. The idea of being dependent, being physically ill, being compromised, not being able to walk properly, not having your balance. All of those are fearful things, including, of course, cancer and heart disease. The brain is very critical. If we have our mind, if we have our ability to think, if we recognize our loved ones, that makes a huge difference in our lives. Well, we can't stop the clock yet. We may be able to slow it, but we can't stop it. This is something I develop in my book, The Longevity Revolution, that it is possible now to actually slow aging. So what we can do now is largely within our own making. About 25% of what happens to us and the length of our life is related to genes. So that means 75% is us. Don't smoke, moderate alcohol. You should probably eat off a salad plate instead of a dinner plate. Modest intake of food. And certainly exercise, not just aerobic exercise, but also working those muscles. Having passion, something to get up for in the morning, something that makes a difference. People actually live longer. And also, if you have a body of relationships, sometimes called a support system or a social network, that also leads to a longer, healthier life. Women, in particular, do better in that regard. We men may have the old boy network and help each other get jobs, but we're not as capable of intimacy and closeness, dealing with grief, and we don't do as well as having a healthy community team or body of people to help us.